Good Sunday morning, everybody. Good seeing y'all once again. Filling in for Mr. Lucas Boswick. He is out of town this evening, so we've moved the Sunday evening video to the Sunday morning show because realistically, this is kind of the time period we're seeing some showers and thunderstorms. We've got that weak frontal boundary. Kind of can see a little bit of it. It's from Sugarland, Houston, kind of getting its way towards the coast. This is about where this boundary kind of is in this general region, again from El Campo, Sugarland, and this will continue moving offshore. But look how it's generated some showers and thunderstorms. We've been talking about the last couple of days that coverage probably wasn't going to be too high. We went up to 20%, 10 to 20% coverage for really the Golden Triangle region. That didn't pan out. But again, luckily we didn't go too high. And then we had 20 to 30% coverage for the northern regions, and that really didn't pan out as well. But we did say that once it got closer to the coast, and if not going offshore, that's when we actually could see the potential for the showers and storms. And that's exactly where we see. We see that boundary has reached the coast, and it has generated lots of showers and thunderstorms pretty much from the Louisiana side, now moving into parts of New Iberia. But pretty much here, we are mostly a dry morning. Temperatures already into the upper 70s, several areas into the low to mid 80s already. But look at all the lightning strikes along from the southern portions, from just south of San Antonio, from New Iberia, over 180 lightning strikes just in the last 2 minutes. So we're definitely pretty active along that boundary, but just not in our neck of the woods. There again, there's that boundary making its way towards the coast. You see that gold brown, that is more dry air that's going to filter in later this afternoon. We're still going to be hot. In fact, we're going to feel like central Texas more than southeast Texas more than likely this afternoon. So temperature's still going to get into the mid to upper 90s thanks to TAMCO showing that boundary making its way towards the coast. And then watch this real quick. Watch how it's dry, and then bam, look how big those showers and thunderstorms get. Those are the big echo tops. Those storms are really getting big up into the atmosphere, 40, 50,000 feet. So definitely fired up right along the Louisiana coastline. That's where the showers and thunderstorms are, from Lafayette, New Iberia, getting into southeast Louisiana. That's going to continue moving offshore. I always enjoy watching those satellite loops. But look how warm it is. I mean, you can kind of see the boundary behind it. You can find, St. Augustine at 68 degrees, some low 70s up here, but that boundary hasn't made its way all the way down towards the coast yet, and it's not going to change much. But it definitely is crazy how just pushing out some humidity can change some. But we're pretty warm, sticky, and muggy. And then to the low to almost near the mid 80s, pretty much the I-10 corridor down towards the coast, thanks to Silsbee Ford showing us what's going on. Again, even though this weak frontal boundary came in, it's not going to cool us off much because we're going to get into the middle to upper 90s this afternoon. By this evening, the sun kind of starts slowly going down and get a little bit of a breeze. This evening might not feel too bad, kind of kicking out that humidity a little bit. But once we get into Monday tomorrow, it's just, we're back to our southeast Texas humidity. Thanks to Modern Concrete showing us what to expect. Anything outdoor-wise, this is a really nice Sunday. It's just going to be hot, but that's what we feel this time of year in August. What's not hot and active is the tropics. It is pretty quiet. You do have these boundaries that we're going to watch as they get into the Gulf, and you got another one over here on the East Coast. We'll watch and see if anything tries to do anything the next 5 to 7 days, but dry air, wind shear, pretty much keeping tropics pretty quiet. Don't see anything as of right now. We're just seeing these fronts making their way towards the coast, kind of generating some showers and thunderstorms. But again, this season with El Nino kind of kicking in, we'll be watching more of the homegrown storms from these fronts getting down into the coast instead of watching long track storms kind of coming in from Africa, making their way. Dry air and wind shear is going to give tropics a really hard time this hurricane season. That's good news. That's why we'll always be watching these homegrown storms that try to form, but no signs of it right now. Lots of dry air kind of pushing in today and then somewhat on Monday, but we're going to have the battle of how much moisture returns on Monday, and then as you see on Tuesday, we see more moisture, and then by the time we get into Wednesday, it picks up a little bit more, but nothing looks like a big slam dunk or a big home run for a big wet pattern kind of generating for us. We're kind of today and tomorrow just a battle of dry air, and then as we get into Monday afternoon, we slowly start seeing that humidity increase, and then it's just going to continue increasing every single day. So in other words, if we're looking at the rainfall outlook today for Sunday, we're dry because that drier air is in. By Monday afternoon, we should see that humidity start returning again, coming off the Gulf. That moisture in the heat of the day should give us at least 10 to 20% coverage. Really what we see this time of year, what we call the summer storms. You get the temperatures into the 90s, you get the heat of the day, the moisture. You give us those little rain o'clock hours, I call it the afternoon hours. We see these pop-up showers and some lonely storms kind of developing, thanks to Switch Electric showing us the rainfall outlook. Nothing too active, just our summer pattern that we see. And again, here's our future cast for today. That boundary is going to continue continue moving towards the coast. We'll see some drier air kind of kicking in later this afternoon, mainly this evening, and we're going to be dry today. But one thing I will show as we get into Monday, I mean, this is kind of going to be the telltale sign what we see this week. See those little pop-up showers. That's about what we're going to see the next couple of days or next several days. Just not today, but this upcoming week, that's pretty much what we'll be seeing is that 10 to 20% coverage for some small pop-up showers and small pop-up storms. Today, though, even though that weak frontal boundary came in, a lot of people are saying, well, don't call it a cold front if it's not changing the temperatures much. And, hey, I'm with you. But this weak frontal boundary did kind of kick out some of the humidity a little bit, or it will kind of kick out some more of it this afternoon, but it doesn't change our temperatures. Middle to upper 90s, several areas, again, look close to the 100-degree mark, so a very warm, hot Sunday afternoon down towards the coast into the low 90s. Thanks to our sponsor of Silsbee Ford. Get you one, showing us what's going on the temperature department. And this is something new that we're going to do. I'll move out of the way here. We're learning on this. We're going to continue doing this. My goal is to post this graphic every single morning, and then I want to try to do a 7-day forecast for you guys as well, too. The UIL is changing the rules here. They want to be able to start enforcing, when you start getting above that 90-degree mark, that's when we kind of, start having to put some restrictions on practicing in the games and things of that nature. I haven't learned it all yet, but I do want to start posting this forecast every single day, so you don't have to just watch these shows to see it, but we also will post this every single morning on Facebook. So today the wet bulb temp will be into the middle to upper 80s. So that's something that we're going to keep posting every single day, and we're going to be learning together. So there is that. But then overnight tonight, our temperatures are going to be up to the north. If I can talk, up towards the north will be into the low to mid 70s. Down towards the I-10 corridor and the coast, we're still going to be warm, pretty much to the middle to upper 70s, and then down towards the coast into the low 80s. Thanks again, Silsbee Ford, for that update. And here we are for our 7-day forecast, pretty much in our August-like weather. I mean, temperatures into the middle to upper 90s, just small daily rain chances, very limited. We just don't have a very active pattern right now. At least we do have some small daily rain chances, I guess, instead of just seeing no rain chances. But, I mean, we're kind of watching the grass get a little bit yellow. It's pretty interesting. We might actually start seeing somewhat of a flash drought the next 2 to 4 weeks, depending on how much rain we get or don't get. But here we are for Southwest Louisiana as well, too. Temperatures pretty much into the low to mid-90s the next 5 to 7 days. Today is dry as that boundary continues moving off. You've got the rain right now along the Louisiana coastline, but the rest of the day is going to be dry, and then the rest of the week, we're just going to see these small, limited chances for some showers and some storms with the heat of the day and the moisture. Thanks for tuning in to the Sunday morning show. We're going to have more posts throughout the day today, especially this week. And again, we will be working on that wet bulb forecast. I'm going to continue working on that graphic. Just checking back in, you can see that majority of those showers and storms continue to kind of make their way. I was going to switch over. This is actually on the right radar. There we go. So we switched over to the Lake Charles radar, but you can see that majority of over here towards Southwest Louisiana is getting offshore and more towards New Iberia. This is heading towards New Orleans, but for the Louisiana side, this is going to continue moving offshore and further eastward. We're going to have a dry Sunday, just checking back in. But if you have not yet, please go download our free Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app. It will keep you updated around the clock, no matter what you guys are doing 24/7. So thanks again for tuning in to the Sunday morning show. I will see you tomorrow on the Monday morning show. Thanks again for always tuning in to Gulf Coast Weather Solutions. Have a wonderful Sunday. Stay cool and enjoy your week cold front, even though it wasn't that cold. Have a good Sunday, everybody.
Gulf Coast Weather Solutions is sponsored by
We don't know what the weather is going to be like around here. I do get really anxious during storms.
That's why they chose HailGuard. When performance leads, confidence follows. Backed by the first and only asphalt shingle system with a hail warranty.
That just gives us more peace of mind.
This is the only asphalt product on the market that has the manufacturer warranty targeting the hail damage, and it gives me a lot of confidence as a contractor.
Engineered for enhanced impact performance. Built to protect homes and reputations. HailGuard shingles. Built for hail.